Welcome to New Skills Saturday. Today we're going to be making a shadow box with plants that even the worst gardener couldn't kill. For today's craft, you need at least 3 sheets of linen scrapbook paper, 12 by 12, in any combination of blues or greens in your preference. We also need scissors, a glue stick, a pencil, an X-Acto knife, adhesive foam squares, and a 12 by 12 shadow box. Some optional materials are miscellaneous scrapbook paper in any pattern you like, and washi tape also in any pattern you like. First, we need to get our plant outlines. I've put some designs in the description of this video that you can use in Silhouette, Cricut, or any vinyl cutter. Alternatively, if you don't have a vinyl cutter, you can print out the designs and transfer them onto the scrapbook paper using the process in a video I've also included in the description. Next, we need to pop out our designs from the rest of the scrapbook paper. So here I've used an X-Acto knife to help that process along in some places where the paper was more stubborn so that it wouldn't rip. If you traced your pattern, you'll need to use the X-Acto knife the whole way around to cut out the different designs. Depending on the style of the plants that you want, you can also take out the centerpieces of your design and all of the smaller details. Which will leave you with just an outline of the plants and their pots. Next, I'm going to show you a few of the different combinations of styles and designs that you can use to make your own unique plants. For the first design, we're going to cut out the same plant in 2 different colors. One of them we're going to leave in all the centerpieces, and the other we will take them out to have just the outline. Using a glue stick, you're going to run it along the outer edge of the full design, and we're going to place the outline on top of that so that it colors in the shape of our plant and some of the middle details. You may need to slowly apply this in sections if your glue dries quickly as mine does. Don't forget to include any centerpieces of the outline that may not be connected to the rest of that color paper. Another option is, instead of using the outline, you can take out some of these smaller inner pieces and paste them onto the same plant in a different color. You won't get quite as much of the outline as vibrant as we did on the last one, but you will get nice little pops of color. You can also use more than 2 colors. Here I've taken the inside pieces from one of the blues that I've printed, and I'm adding them to one of the designs we've already made and fitting it into that darker outline. And you'll be able to see it gets a lot more character this way. if you have other scrapbook paper around, you can trace part of the outline of one of your plants and cut out that design and put it on top of what we've already cut out. So here I've decorated a pot from one of the plants by taking a different design from another piece of paper. For this next one, we're also going to trace the outline onto another sheet of paper, this time using a much more neutral piece. And instead of putting it on top, we're going to put it behind our design so that we still get that green outline to show the details of the pot. Once you have your shape cut out, you can then decorate it with washi tape or other embellishments. This is a quick, easy way to add different designs and colors. So here I've used just some shiny washi tape. And once you have on all the tape that you want, you just take some scissors to cut off the excess on the sides. Next, we'll paste our original plant design on top of this new background. And again, I'm going to do this a little bit at a time because my glue does dry very quickly. So I'm just going to do the top first and then pull up some of the other parts to add glue underneath. Once you've given the glue a chance to dry, you can go back in with some scissors to cut off any excess of the background that hangs out beyond the border that we've created. Once you have all of your plants done, it's time to assemble them together. So you're going to take a piece of scrapbook paper. It can be anything you want, doesn't have to be a design like this one. This is just one that I found in our stash that I thought was really good. So before you glue anything down, you're going to lay out the plants on the page, play around with the order of them, see what looks best, and don't forget to overlap them. We actually do want some of it to be overlapped because we will be putting them on in different levels. Next, we're going to attach our plants, starting with the ones in the back first. We're going to use these small adhesive squares. Just peel off the backing on both sides and attach it to the back of whichever plant you're starting with. And don't forget to add these squares to the smaller, more fine pieces of the plants, not just the pot base. You might even need a smaller size of the adhesive squares in order to fit these finer pieces. Once you've covered the back evenly with the adhesive squares, we're going to flip it over and attach it to the piece of scrapbook paper that we are using as our backing. So press down lightly where the squares are, but don't push down too hard. We don't want to bend our paper. And then you're going to continue with the other plants in the background in the same manner. When we get to the ones that are further in the foreground, First, you want to make sure the squares are going to meet somewhere on the background instead of overlapping with the other plants. And we're actually going to layer 2 squares on top of each other. So this one will be twice as far forward as the other plants we have. Some of your foreground plants are actually going to overlap your background ones. So here I've attached the main part of this hanging plant to the background with 2 squares on top of each other to bring it forward. And I'm going to put a square, just one, behind some of the lower leaves that overlap the darker pilea plant so that there is still some space in between the 2 plants. Then you have your finished design, and all that's left to do is to put it into the shadow box. So I've got a basic 12 by 12 shadow box. We're going to take off the back, take out any paper that's in there, and we're going to place our design upside down in that frame. Replace the back and secure it in place so that it does not come off and it holds our design where it is supposed to be. And then flip it back over and enjoy your new paper garden.